Hey y'all, what's up? It's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys a braidless crochet tutorial. I love crochet hairstyles, but I wanted to find something that was much easier and beginner friendly to do. So that is exactly what this hair tutorial is. So to kick off this hair tutorial, I'm starting on super old hair that needs to be washed and styled. First things first, I like to use the Aquas Water Defense Pre-Wash Spray. And by the way, this video is partially sponsored by Aquas. So I have been using the pre-wash spray for a little while now and I love it so much. If you guys don't know what the Aquas pre-wash spray is, it helps to protect your hair from water damage, because if you guys don't realize, the longer our hair is wet, the weaker our hair gets. So if you realize that your hair is starting to experience damage, or if your hair is starting to get frizzier than normal, it could be because you're exposing your hair to too much water. I personally notice that whenever my hair is it has too much water in it, or I wash my hair too often, my hair definitely it just doesn't feel the same. It feels more brittle. It just doesn't feel as lively as it typically does. So this pre-wash spray helps to kind of alleviate that and kind of create that protection for our hair from water damage. So what I like to do is I like to spray the pre-wash spray to a small section of hair, and then I rake it in and kind of use this as a method to not only protect my hair from water damage, but I also like to do the detangling process with the pre-wash spray as well, because it does have a good amount of slip. So between the slip from the pre-wash spray and the leftover product that's still in my hair detangles like a dream. So it's just much easier to do this process now rather than doing it in the shower, because like I said, the longer our hair is exposed to too much water, the easier our hair is prone to receiving some kind of water damage. So yeah, I just do this step, and I forgot to mention I do the pre-wash spray at least a few minutes in advance before I do hop in the shower and wash my hair. So I'll typically give myself at least 10 minutes, usually more, but I will give myself at least 10 minutes to apply the spray all over my hair, and then just let that pre-wash spray kind of sit in my hair before I hop in the shower. A few other benefits that I get whenever I use the Aquas pre-wash spray is it helps to fight against breakage and split ends. It also helps my hair to look and feel softer, smoother, and it's just much more manageable and easier to style. And then of course it helps to prevent frizz, and it also minimizes my color from fading. So yes, this is a bomb product to add into your regimen, especially if you protective style like me. So if you want to get your hands on the Aquas pre-wash spray, go ahead and visit your local Sephora, or you can go ahead and shop the link down below in the description box. So yeah, I would just let the pre-wash spray sit in my hair for at least 2 minutes, and then of course I just hop in the shower, rinse all that out, and I begin my wash routine. So first I'm taking the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey shampoo, which I love a lot, y'all. This shampoo is like my life. And it also helps to moisturize and hydrate my hair as well, and it also gets my hair nice and clean. So I'm applying that, massaging that into my scalp and all over my hair, and then I rinse it out. Next up, I'll apply the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey Conditioner, and I will just apply this all over my hair, and I will kind of run my fingers through my hair as well, just to make sure I have gotten all the tangles out. But this step, you guys, y'all have seen plenty of times, so it's just my typical shampoo and conditioning routine. And if you are one who struggles with moisture, I would highly recommend the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey collection. And of course, I again will rinse all that conditioner out. And I did go ahead and deep condition my hair off camera, and lately I have been deep conditioning like 3 to 4 times a month, not as frequently anymore because I have been protective styling like crazy, so my hair is usually kind of put away for 2 weeks at a time. So I try to deep condition as frequent as possible, but still kind of doing protective style. So I deep condition off camera, and next I am just going to go ahead and prep my hair to do the crochet hairstyle. And this part is why I just love the whole braidless crochet hairstyle to begin with, y'all, because instead of having to blow dry my hair or apply some kind of heat to braid my hair down, I just went ahead and did 4 like really chunky twists. And I noticed that it did not affect how my crochet hair laid at all. It literally laid the exact same way. So to begin the prep, I went ahead and applied the Shea Moisture Detangler leave-in conditioner to a large section of hair. Like I mentioned, I'm only doing 4 twists, so I have 4 large sections of hair, and I just applied the detangler leave-in conditioner to one of those large sections of hair. I rake it all the way through and get my hair nice and moisturized and detangled. Then I go in with the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie and apply that on the large section of hair as well, and I just smooth that in and rake that in just to make sure my hair is nice and moisturized, because if my hair will be put up for a week or two, I want to make sure my hair is nice and moisturized. So I apply that curl enhancing smoothie, smooth it in, and then I just twist that large section of hair all the way to the bottom. So yes, y'all, whenever I said braidless crochet, I really did mean braidless. All you're doing is 2-strand twisting. That's the most you'll have to do with your own natural hair. So it's easy peasy, and y'all, this makes this whole entire process so much easier. It's like a fraction of the time, no heat, and it's just so beginner friendly. So I hope you guys are kind of understanding what I'm saying and are getting the concept as we go. Now for the twist at the front, those 2 twists at the front, I did have to pile on a heavier gel, so I'm using the Wetline Extreme Gel, and this just keeps those twists nice and sleek and flat, so that way your crochet hairstyle lays nice and neat, especially at the front. The back, it's not so important, but the front, you really want for everything to be nice and smooth and flat to give yourself a nice, seamless, of course, just realistic and natural crochet hairstyle. So I just pile that gel on, smooth it in with my diamond brush, and then again, 2-strand twists from root to tip. All right, so now that we have all 4 2-strand twists installed, the next step for the prep process is to go ahead and bobby pin all of those twists down, just so that everything is nice and flat. And then also this will give something for the crochet hair to hook onto in the back of your head. So I just take I think I took 10 or 12 bobby pins, and I just bobby pin these twists all the way down flat to my head. So the twists that are on the right, I bobby pin them going towards the left, and the twists that are on the left, I bobby pin them going to the right. So I kind of just pulled them down and kind of tucked them under, bobby pinned where I felt necessary, and it worked. It did just the trick. And honestly, y'all, compared to how my hair is whenever it's braided, I did not realize a difference whenever I was installing the crochet. I feel like my hair felt just as secure doing this method. So if you are concerned about your hair not being as secure, don't worry about it at all. I have had my crochet hair installed in my head for a few days now, and I have had no issues at all with the crochet slipping or being secure. So just a FYI. And then last but not least, I went ahead and applied a scarf to my head and let that sit overnight, just so that way my hair could dry nice and sleek and my edges would be laid and just the top of my hair would dry flat and sleek as possible. So yeah, I just went ahead and let my hair air dry overnight, and the next morning I was ready to install the crochet hair. So the crochet hair I'm using is the Outre Expressions Bohemian Curl hair, and I used a total of 5 packs in my hair, so it wasn't that expensive at all. I believe each pack was like $6.50, so yeah, it wasn't too terrible at all, and the curl pattern is beautiful. This hair did come pre-looped, so I did go ahead and just take that loop out because I don't like how bulky the loop looked, so I did take that loop out. And the way you install this crochet hair is the same way you would install crochet hair even if your hair is braided. You insert the crochet needle into your hair, and then you hook the crochet hair on, and then of course whenever you're pulling the crochet needle through your hair to pull it back out, make sure that the needle hook is closed, so that way way your hair does not snag at all. And so once you pull it through, you just loop it around and kind of create a double knot. Because this hair is soft, you will definitely want to knot your hair 2 or 3 times so that way the hair doesn't slip out. And that's it, y'all. It was so easy installing it. It took me about an hour and a half to install all my crochet hair, and that's because I was moving super slow. Probably could have took me under an hour if I was like focused and was really trying to be diligent about my time, but that day I wasn't. So it took me about an hour and a half, which still isn't bad at all, and I loved the results. So again, you are just inserting the crochet needle through, hooking the crochet hair onto the hook, pulling it through, and then knotting the hair 2 or 3 or even 4 times, whatever works best for you. I think the silkier and softer the hair is, the more knots you will need to hook. So yeah, you just do that all throughout the entire head of hair. All right, y'all, so we are almost done with crocheting our entire head of hair. And I just want to show you guys quickly how I installed the front pieces where you could actually see them, especially near the part. So what I did is I just did the invisible knot method. So pretty much it's almost the exact same concept, but whenever you're knotting it, you only knot one piece of the crochet hair and not 2. So right here, I'm only pulling one piece of the hair through the knot and not both pieces, and this kind of helps to hide that knot, so that way the crochet hair looks like it is coming out of your scalp, out of your head, and just those knots aren't as visible. But I will admit though, I think that doing this method where there aren't any braids in general, I think it masks the knots so much better because it kind of all blends. You don't see, very distinct parts. Everything just looks very well blended. So even if you do decide to not do the invisible knot method because you're feeling lazy or whatever the case is, I think you can get away with doing the regular crochet method all throughout your entire head of hair and it not be noticeable. All right, so last but not least, we need to shape the hair. And this part, it always varies person by person. I personally am not a fan of just that super long curly look. It's just not me, y'all. And it kind of felt a little bit too heavy for me. So I knew I wanted to cut it to shoulder length. But if you did like this length, of course, go ahead and keep it this way and just shape it at this length. I just knew that I wanted my hair to be much shorter, and shoulder length is just kind of the way to go for me. So I just kept shaping it until I was satisfied with how it looked. Nothing fancy here, just cutting and cutting and cutting until I was happy. So after doing some shaping, this is how my hair looks, and I love it, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. I will say for my first time, I thought it turned out pretty darn good. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I loved how everything turned out. I think it looks so much more natural. I didn't have to have any leave out. I didn't have to apply any heat. It was a super easy process, and the results are bomb. And like I mentioned earlier, I did only use 5 packs, and that is how full my hair is. So yeah, I just love it, y'all. Hope you guys do as well. If y'all have any questions, please go ahead and leave them down below. As always, I love y'all. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye, guys.